Last night, we literally put something very special just for the agencies and freelancers. Never been done before. So cross our fingers, it'll work. No, but we actually put something together for them specifically. And as we talk about Reels, I'll actually have you in mind to focus on how you can apply it as an agency owner, as a freelancer, so you can actually make money doing Reels for other people. Now, the biggest challenge, go ahead and put why you haven't done video in the past in the chat, so that way Ken can start seeing that and she can let me know what your obstacles are, so we can start blasting through that right away. One of the things people have said to me in the past that I am known for, that I coach Deb, you know, I had one session with you and boom, we've blasted through. So even though this isn't a private session, think of it like a private session, and let's blast through some fears, some blocks, some obstacles, actually all blocks, all obstacles today. Do we have a deal? Let's shake on it. Again, it's nice to meet you. You'll notice I have my Wayne Gretzky jersey in. It's the first time I'm wearing it again, just for you. He was on the Oilers. I'm going to share a story. Tell me if you know Wayne Gretzky. Well, maybe not personally, but you know of Wayne Gretzky and his story. And I want to talk a little bit about it, but let me know if you've heard about his story. I'll share it for those of you who aren't Canadian hockey fans. I have this here, the puck. And if you can then put your imaginary jersey on. It's the, let's see if you can see it. There we go. It's the, my hair's in the way. Let's see. It's the Gretzky jersey. There we go. The Gretzky jersey. Absolutely not only my favorite hockey player, it's probably my favorite sport of all time, but he's my favorite human being as far as a role model that inspired me in business. Believe it or not. Yeah, sports, an athlete, professional athlete, gave me the best business advice from his interview. And I'll share that with you right now. For those of you who, some of you in chat are saying, yes, I know him, very familiar, the puck advantage. So in this webinar, I'm going to give you the puck advantage. What is that? The puck advantage is summed up by an interview with Wayne Gretzky when he was interviewed by a reporter, and she asked him, she's actually just telling him like, whoa, blown away, Wayne. You seem to always be where the puck is and you score like nobody else. And this was when he was playing for the Oilers, thus the blue and orange colors that have inspired my company, First Minute Media. And he answered something that to me was so profound. I have applied it in my business since day one, since I met Lorette 23 years ago when I started. I moved from Jersey to Hawaii. And he said this, he goes, that's because I don't skate to where the puck is. I skate to where it's going. So he's over here. He's way over here when the competitors and the opponents are over here where the puck is. He goes over here to where it's going because he knows if he's got the advantage, it's called the first mover's advantage, he'll score. He'll get it in. I would drop it, but I don't want to ruin my floor. So the puck advantage, that's what we'll be talking about. Wayne Gretzky, the puck advantage. Again, favorite number 99. So those of you with me that want that puck advantage, if you can just put on your imaginary jersey right now and be with me and let me know you want the puck advantage in the chat. And then I will promise to give you the best tips, the best apps to create more videos faster, easier, and yes, believe it or not, more fun. By the way, without necessarily even showing your face. So if you don't want to show your face, like in a moment, I'm going to shut this video down and I'm just going to show you my slides, and then you're not going to see me. You're not going to see my face, or you'll actually see me using this principle in action right here on this masterclass. So you don't have to show your face. So if that's a fear, you know, again, put some of the blocks in there. Some of you are saying, not enough content. I don't know what to say. So we'll address that today. We'll address the, I don't want to show my face. And by the way, that is a very common thing. Lorette and I talked about how long we've known each other. And the older I get, the more I go, oh, not today. I do not want to show my face today, or not this morning, or I'm at the gym and I'm inspired by something and I want to share something with my audience, but my face and my body and my hair is just not video ready. Have you been there? Have you been there? Put that in the comments below. So there's an app that I use that I'll share with you today that I use when I'm at the gym, when it's in the morning, when my face hasn't woken up, or when I'm simply just too tired. I now can start, my VA Ken is here. I can now start delegating her things I want to share, send it off to her. I don't even have to use my voice. So she can actually, and this is what's exciting about the times that we're living in right now, she can actually, I trained an app and she can actually just use text to create my voice as though I've said it. Now I've said it because I sent it to her in a text, right? I sent her a WhatsApp chat, but then she can get that and then turn my words into my voice. And eventually we'll even see apps that help us do video. And we're seeing this now. I'm already seeing it. They're still very, very new, but we're keeping a close eye on it. Again, we're keeping an eye on where the puck is moving. But right now you can absolutely create videos without showing your face and even without speaking a word, and you can just type it. So let's get into some of the specific training and tell you what you are going to learn. So I'm going to turn this part of the video down, and yes, take like you should have a pen, and I love Post-it notes to take notes, but if you have a big notepad, I will be going fast and furious to teach you as much as possible. And then those of you who think I have some type of offer, tell me that, like who's here for the free stuff? Be like, free book. And yes, I have a book for you. When you stay to the end, I'm going to give you a link, free book. So a free resource for those of you who are here for the free stuff. And then those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I want to work with Deb, but I can't pay her high ticket price. But what does she have for me to help create reels fast, easy, and fun? Go ahead, put fast, easy, fun, and then we'll make sure that you're not disappointed, and we'll share with you that with you as well. But let's give you some meat in this masterclass. I call this a masterclass, not a webinar, because I want to teach you as much as possible in this hour that we have so that you can start creating reels today as soon as we get off this call. And in fact, some of you may do it while we're on this call. All right, let's show my screen. Let's see, we've got, all right, say in chat, and Ken, let me know, is everyone seeing the screen? It should say how to use AI to skyrocket free traffic and get more clients with reels. If you can see that, put more clients with reels. That's my whole goal. That's been my whole mission in business. And in fact, that's how I got started when I left New York. I quit my day job, my 9-to-5. I was a social worker. It's kind of funny. I went from, yes, irony, I went from social working to social media, but I was on the island of Oahu, and I was like, wow, there's only so many people that I can work with right now. I went to all these business events and all these networking events, and I could only get so many referrals. So that's when I discovered the things that I'm going to share with you today. And it has completely changed my business, my marketing approach, a lot of free marketing from the things that I'm going to teach you. And then it turned into what I'm doing right now with Reels. So I will turn off my video and we will focus on the slides. And then Ken, if you want to put in our Slack channel, everyone is seeing. Let's see. Oh, and then if you can only chat with organizer and panelists, there should be a drop down. If you can make sure Lorette and team and Alicia, or let's see, who is there? Ms. Pierce, I think you're on here. You could make her a panelist host so she can also respond to everyone. Okay, so, all right, confirmation. You all see my screen. Let me move over here and jump into the teaching. So my mom taught me not to brag, but you want to know who you're learning from, right? So you can grab a screenshot of this. So these are some of the notable accolades, the highlights of my career, perhaps, when I got Tony Robbins, his first 1 million fans on Twitter, way back when Twitter first was created. Now it's X. Okay, so I guess I have to change the first book I wrote on Twitter to X Revolution, but it was Twitter Revolution. And then the highlight for me was producing for Larry King. That was definitely the highlight of my life, my career life. And all of that came because I started doing video, because I started doing organic social media content from the very beginning. And I just doubled down on it. Even when people thought blogs were going to be a fad, social media was going to be a fad, everyone kind of poo-pooed it. So how many people in chat have been there where you have an idea, you want to do something, and friends and family and well-meaning folks are like, oh no, that's crazy. Put crazy in the chat. So I know, yep, I'm seeing some people like, yep, I'm with you, Deb. Yeah. So I had to listen to that inner voice very early on, and I just doubled down on these predictions. Again, I took from what Wayne Gretzky taught me about going to where the puck is going. And right now, y'all have the opportunity. Yep, I lived in Austin for a year, so I get a little bit of the Texas y'all, but you all have the opportunity to skate where the puck is going with social media, with social video. We're calling this the Reels revolution. And essentially, what is that? It's the social video revolution. And what is that? Well, social video or vertical video, all it is IG Reels, so Instagram Reels, or as the cool kids say, the gram, right? Putting vertical video on Instagram, TikToks, and essentially they're just TikToks, or we call them talks, or YouTube Shorts. So YouTube has been around for quite some time, but then recently, with all of the competition with TikTok, they went from long form horizontal video to the shortest form of video possible, which is the vertical video. And write this down: if you're going to do videos and upload them vertical style to YouTube, keep it under 58 seconds. So write that down. Keep it under 58 seconds. Okay. I see a note here. Yeah, so 58 seconds. So that right there can be a huge tip and a huge time saver right now, because if you put it at 59 seconds or a minute, what you think is, oh, it's just a minute, but it went a minute 0.2. It went over, and then YouTube puts it into your horizontal feed, and that just looks ugly. That doesn't look right. Not to mention, it's no longer in the shorts feed, so you don't get the massive exposure that people are getting right now. Our clients that were doing long form content, like hour-long shows going live, a couple hours on a Saturday, they're getting more people and more views watching their 1-minute shorts or 58-second shorts on YouTube than their actual longer form teaching type of videos. Now, we don't want you to stop doing that. All of that is organic traffic. We want you to still keep doing long form. We still want you to go live, but think of this organic traffic with shorts and short form video as free traffic and as your movie trailer to get people over to your show, your longer form content, to start developing those relationships. So you can grab a screenshot of this or write this down in your Post-it note. This is your goal, and this is my goal for you to create more reels with AI, so you could do it fast, easy, and fun. So this is why I'm excited, and this is why Lorette and Alicia are bringing me to teach you today with this masterclass, is because just a year ago, just 2 years ago, some of these apps that I'm sharing with you were clunky. They were in beta. There were a lot of glitches. They basically weren't ready for the general population. Now they are, and they are amazing. So now all of the blocks of, oh my gosh, I have to learn this Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere to learn how to edit videos, you don't have to with some of the apps that I'm going to teach you. It's going to be the easiest way to edit ever. So this masterclass, let's just make sure, we heard there were agencies and freelancers, business owners. If you want that first mover's advantage, the puck advantage to get more clients in the next 90 days using Reels, this masterclass is for you, especially if you want to eliminate the tech frustration. So I'm going to show you the AI apps that will eliminate all the stuff in the past that has really been legitimate blocks and reasons for us not to do video. We're obliterating all of that. You don't need expensive video editors anymore or the overwhelm. So you get to do more of what you love, and we help you get these videos down. So my superpower, I've been told that I can foresee the future, not in a weird psychic kind of way, just more about trends with social media. And then the other thing I do is bring you back in time, and then we help you get that first mover's advantage. So these are the ABCs for me, and these are the principles of this masterclass. So the fact that I am able to bring you back in time, back when video first came out online, that the regular person could upload videos for everyone to see, AKA YouTube. Now we're seeing the same revolution. So now we're in the future, but it's now with short form, with vertical video. The beautiful thing is you don't have to take hours or days to create one video. It could take you, in as short of this masterclass, you could get reels done. In fact, we started doing these labs where it was 3-hour labs, and we did hands-on. And we had people creating a month's worth of reels right there in that lab using some of the apps that I'm going to show you today. So let's give you the first mover's advantage. Jump in. You saw the uniform, but before I bought the jersey, I just had to, again, use AI using Midjourney and several different things. So this graphic was created with AI, Midjourney, with the face, turning me into a cyborg. So you got to see what I look like. Now you see that, and just kind of, what I like to say is AI just makes, it's like a better version of ourselves. If anyone saw the Jerry Maguire movie, put that in chat. It's like when right in the beginning where Tom Cruise is talking and she's back in coach and she's seeing him in first class and she's like, first class used to be better flying or something like that, a better seat. And now it's just a better life. And that's kind of what AI apps have given us. It's just given us it's just so much easier to create stuff. It turns us into a better avatar, takes all of our flaws away. Isn't that what we love? It's in our imagination of what we look like. So that is a combination. And it's also a combination of the human element, my graphic designer, along with AI. And that's what I want for you to think about. You don't have to think about just using AI or the old-fashioned long way human. You blend them and then you create something truly unique. Because the other thing, a little quick tip, is when things are just created on Midjourney, there's no human element, the algorithm is not showing preference for things that are created with, say, just Midjourney. They're showing the apps with Midjourney with a human component. So how do you do that? Okay, get something that's created with Midjourney or one of these apps creating the video, but then add something of a human element to it, or get in front of it, or point to something. So there's that the humanity piece to your video or to your graphic. Okay, so that's one of the tips. So these are the books that I wrote. Again, Puck Advantage, first book. So they say I wrote the trilogy of social media. The first book ever was talking about social media before the term was even coined. If you see over here in the tagline, it talks about captivating the hearts, minds, and pocketbooks of thousands using blogs, podcasts, and other new media marketing tools. What I wanted to talk about and label this was like blogs, podcasts, new media. And my publisher was like, no one knows what that is. They don't know what a podcast is. The blog is a fad. So I really had to fight in order to even get blogs, podcasts in here in the title. But I predicted in this book that new media would be the future of marketing. And what do you know? Here we are. It absolutely is. And then it turned into social media. And we had a course on new media back in the day. And then when social media came out, they're like, Coach Deb, do you have a course on this? I'm like, it's the same thing. It's just new media with lipstick on. That's all social media is. So everything you know and you can apply from social media, it's the same thing with new media. And then Twitter Revolution. This was also the first book on Twitter. And then when Clubhouse came about, you might see a familiar face. We co-authored this. This is Deb Cole, Alicia Little, and Angie Norris. And the best thing about this book is when I did this with Alicia, we published this book faster than I ever had any book previously published, because she's a huge fan, and as many of you see, of outsourcing, of freelance work. She's like, why are you doing that yourself, Deb? We can outsource that. We can outsource this. So she got this done with me in a month. We wrote this book, got it all together, published it, produced it in a month. So that way we beat anyone else talking about Clubhouse. When that was all the rage in December 2020, all the marketers were coming and they were all wanting to know, what is this Clubhouse thing? The way I describe it is, it was the party right there. Everyone was there. TV personalities, Hollywood celebrities, the sharks were there. People were pitching ideas to the sharks without having to be on their TV show. So everyone wanted to be there. So that's what we taught people, how to get to the party. Now, is it as relevant anymore? Not necessarily, but the relationships that we made during those 3 months were so powerful. And to this day, we're all making money still from those relationships. So right now, the exciting thing is you have that ability, that Puck Advantage, to hop on Reels. Just like if I was to teach you about Clubhouse 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it's the same thing what we're teaching you now. This is the real revolution that you will be ahead of the curve. These are the two books. It started with one book, and then the second book, that was also with the help of AI. I got all of the stuff that I put in my first book. I brought it into ChatGPT. How many people are familiar with ChatGPT? If you're an Alicia fan, you probably are. We put it in there and we asked them to summarize what I taught into 25 laws in one paragraph each. So it's 5 pages. It's like this little mini ebook that we put in the back of the book I'm going to give everyone today, the Creating Captivating Reels to Get Free Traffic. So what I love about this book is it was human element. The whole first part of the book was written by me. And then all of a sudden ChatGPT came out in December with everyone able to use it. And we're like, all right, let's see what it can do. And wow, it was powerful. So you'll see how ChatGPT helped us write that. It's basically a mini ebook at the end. So 3 things you need to be successful online. We'll talk about that today. I'll also talk about the 3 tools that I've used from the beginning when I moved to Hawaii. We'll also talk about a few of the AI tools, but feel free to grab a screenshot. I know Alicia loves Big View. She introduced that to me probably over a year ago or so. So she probably introduced that to you. But today we'll talk a little bit about Spark Camera app, my favorite app that quite frankly, when I first heard about it, I didn't want to tell anyone because I was running a video production company and I'm like, this is going to put me out of business. And sure as heck, a year later, we've totally moved from creating and editing videos for people to teaching people how to edit on their own because it's so simple with that Spark Camera app. We'll talk about the script, we'll talk about ChatGPT and a few others, again, time permitting. So here's 2 reels that I want you to think about. They both went viral. Now you have to decide what's your personality, what are you doing? And by the way, one of them on the right, it's not someone's face, it's just their dog with a quote on it. So let's jump in to show you reels that went viral. You decide what style you want to follow. And then Ken in Slack or WhatsApp, let me know if you can hear it as I play it. We're gonna put the speaker over here and hang on 1 second. Okay, let's go. Whoops. I hit the wrong button for the dog. Here we go. Okay, so you see, this is a mere 35 seconds, so half a minute. Here's this guy, and you know, he all of a sudden cameras on him. So this is where you got to decide: am I the guy to the left where cameras on me? And I'm like, yeah, I shine, I turn on, and then he just draws the crowd in. Now that went viral, but so did this one over on the right. And you don't need to hear sound because it's just him snoring. That's it. It's literally, look at this, 11 seconds. It's really 9 seconds from start to finish until the TikTok username pops up, but it's 9 seconds. How many people can do 9 seconds? Put 9 seconds in chat. 9-second video of your cat, your dog, your lizard, something shiny, something funny. Again, seriously, pets, dogs and cats are huge. They go viral. It's like you just have anything, a dog or cat, especially if they're adorable, like this one just sleeping, we'll just, and then when we say viral, it's not like you're going to get 1 million just because you put a dog up, but you get more views when you use your pets. I don't have a pet anymore. I've always had dogs in the past. I then started traveling a ton, so I couldn't have pets any longer. But man, am I tempted to buy a cat or a little dog to take with me, because I'm telling you, that's one of the secrets to going viral. Now, here's another secret that everyone can do, whether you have a dog or a cat, or it's just you, or it might be a beautiful sunset. So I'm a sucker for sunsets and ocean, nature scenes, if you're a forest hiker type of thing. So anything, and it could even be your desk. It could be your desk, it could be some type of scene, it could be a sound bowl. Like, what is it that you could show for, say, just like this, 9 seconds? But did you notice it takes longer than 9 seconds to read this text? So you could have, without showing your face, create a reel, a quote over a pet or an inspirational video, and have something either teaching someone something, inspiring someone, and have it take longer to read than the video lasts. So here's the secret. The big thing is watch time. YouTube has been watch time for these longer videos. Now you have 9 seconds to get watch time beginning to end. How many people think you can do that? Again, put 9 seconds in chat. So watch time, if you get the person to watch the beginning to the end, and then if they hit, yep, I want to click again, watch again, and they watch it again, you get another point and even more points, because now people, you're showing the algorithm that people like your video. So that right there is a secret you could all do immediately. The second we get off this masterclass, just put it on a Post-it note. I want to do a 9-second video, and you will see more numbers on that particular video, that's my prediction, than any other longer form video. So you don't even have to think about a 58-second video or a 1 minute. You can think 9 seconds, 9 seconds. Okay, so let's move over here. Let's talk a little bit about Trinidad, he was very resistant to doing reels or any form of video. How many people, that's you, it's like, oh, I hesitate to do that. And he was so hesitant that, and he said a couple things and I didn't realize it. I'm like, give me your hand. And I slapped his hand, and he's like, do you realize you just slapped a Marine machine gunner sergeant? Like, I was, no, I didn't even think about that. But I wanted to snap him out of his hypnosis that being on camera was any different than just having a conversation, getting on FaceTime with your friend, with your mom, with your sister, with your daughter. That's all it is. So right now, if I could reach out and slap you through the video here, and just give yourself a hand, or give yourself a slap on your hand if that was you're like, oh, I'm hesitant to be on camera. Just think of it as a conversation. Right now, I'm just having a conversation with you, right? I'm sharing some things, I'm teaching you, but we're just having a conversation. That's all video marketing is. That's all doing reels is. There are some people that's the one breakthrough they get, and they are off and running. He went live the next day, and then he started doing videos and podcasts and interviews all over, started getting media. He's now in Nordstrom. He's now got a huge deal. I don't want to talk numbers because I don't like to do that. I don't want to jinx anything, but he's talking to a major manufacturer to get into their stores now. So you just don't know what you're missing out on when you're not showing up, when you're not doing video, when you're not producing content, whether it's your face or it's content online. You don't know those opportunities that you're missing out on. So think Trinidad, don't let me come in and slap you. Just break through, give yourself a slap and go, all right, it's just a conversation. Everyone say this with me. It's just a conversation. It's just a conversation. It's just a conversation. Here is a screenshot of when he had a neglected IG account. He wasn't really doing anything. And we got way more views and reach than he even had followers. So that's the really cool thing about this. And this was within 24 hours. All of a sudden, it's like 3,000 plays and 4,000 plays. And it just kept increasing and going up and going up. He didn't show his face in this. It wasn't a long video. If you notice here, the duration up here, it says 10 seconds. So again, there's this 9-second video again. What was the secret? We did a few things. We showed very quickly the designs that he was designing. So, ooh, this is like top secret information. Here's what I'm working on. And starts out with honored to be the costume designer for, and then he talked about, who he's working for. Then we linked it to trending audio. Write that down. That's one of the best secrets to get way more views than if you just use copywritten custom audio or whatever. Link it to something that's trending online. And then the biggest thing that I love about this is the content interaction. 194, that's what you want to go for, the likes, the comment. And if you notice, it always goes from views and plays down to interaction. Think of how many reels you watch that you don't hit the heart button even though you love it. You might show it to someone you're sitting next to, and I'm like, how are you not hitting the heart button? Hit the like button. So I'm going to encourage you to do that right now. You're also training the algorithm, but that's what you want to do. So don't feel bad if you're like, oh, I didn't get as many da-da-da. Nope, it literally is like the law of dwindling returns, right? But these are really good results, especially for something he did right out of the gate. And now he gets even more. By the way, he got in a celebrity to wear his stuff, and you might know a certain Brittany. Now, she wasn't wearing it, but her husband was wearing his jacket. And what do you know? You get your stuff on a celebrity, or again, hashtag something about them. Maybe you talk about a celebrity. And my prediction was that would get 10 million views. And I think it started at like 3 million. I'm like, this is going to get well over 10 million. I think it's like 11 million now. So again, you link up to celebrity status. Now, how do you do that if, you're not a designer and to get your clothes on? Well, maybe you're talking about them. Maybe you're talking about the best advice Arnold Schwarzenegger gave in business. And then you've got a picture of him. Again, you bring the human element, you're pointing to something, but you've got his name that you can tag that. So anyone who loves Arnold Schwarzenegger, again, that's top of mind because he just had a Netflix series right now that came out. And that's the other thing too. Another tip is trending news. I go to Yahoo to see what's trending, what's in the news. If you start talking about it using those hashtags, people are actively searching. And by the way, search has changed. We're not just going to Google anymore. More people are going to TikTok and YouTube than Google. So get those keywords in there. There's a myth going around that not to use keywords anymore. It's just not true. The only way you don't need to use keywords if you're like Tony Robbins or Grant Cardone and your name is a keyword. But otherwise, yes, you do program them. We've tested that a few just to see what the reach would be. And some people argue that it will get shown to people that you haven't hashtagged. So again, try it and then compare it and then go, all right, now I use 3 keywords and what is my reach? These are other examples of, again, triple the amount of followers. It was a very old account, neglected account. All of a sudden we started doing reels, did exactly what I just said there. Quick, fast movement, transitions, trending audio, and then boom, we're 8,000 views, 10,000 views, 9,100. This one here, 22,000. It was super fast. It was 7 seconds, and it was hopping on a trend in Instagram. It was joke or not a joke, and it got the most views in that month for the reel. So I'm also showing this to you because I know people are like, oh yeah, get 1 million views. You don't need 1 million views to go viral, to get exposure, to get organic traffic. How many people would love 22,000 people seeing your content without having to pay a single dime for an ad or paying for exposure? And by the way, that is the little top secret of a lot of influencers. They're paying to get exposure for their reel. And quickly, that's going to go the way the more people do them. That's why you want that first mover's advantage. Do it now before everyone is doing it, and then you're going to have to pay to play. That's just how it's been. Remember how we talked about going in the past, going in the future? That's always been the way. When YouTube first started, we'd get results instantly just by being there, and then more and more and more and more people join, and then you start having to pay. So do this now before you have to pay. This was an account takeover. They had a meditative site. They help people with back pain, with mobility issues. So you can see at the bottom, it was, and again, this is actually even better than some of their static videos. We went to video. But we started getting more views, 420, 756, because we started putting titles. So if you're not putting titles on your cover images, start doing that, and all of a sudden your views start skyrocketing. They had like 46 views, 56. All of a sudden, you're talking massive explosion. But then we started doing thing where they had their own music, and we argued with them. We're like, let's just try trending music. This is the result of trending music. 2,000 views, 2,400, 1,500, 23, right? This right here is the test. This is trending music. This is custom music. So you decide, what do you think is better? Trending music that other people are liking, or your own custom music? This is one of the things I loved working with Julie Broad. She came to me, and this was a good 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, when she rebranded it. Yeah, I think he is 7 right now. So he was like 1 in that picture, not even 1. And she rebranded her YouTube channel. So many of you are probably in that situation where you're rebranding your channels. Here's one of the biggest thing we did. First of all, we got into the studio and we did a whole day of content all at once. We went in the second day to finish some of the things up. So batch your content, do it all at once, then focus on a topic so that you get found in the algorithms. So focus on a topic, right? That's how the algorithms get trained, especially if you're switching it. The other thing that I love about this is, here you go. You see at the end, 40,000 subs and almost 3 million views. And she said it was maybe 10,000 subscribers that she got, and this was all organic, that she then was profiting 1 million. So you don't have to focus on what all these people are like, oh, I need 1 million, I need 1 million. You know what? Focus on 1,000, then focus on 2,000. Keep doubling it till you get 10,000 subscribers. You'll see your exposure increase, more people, especially if you're producing good content, and then people are hiring you. So get rid of that block of, oh, I need 1 million in order to make $1 million. Nope, in her case, it was $10,000. The best thing about this story is, and here you go, here's some 4 million views here. She's now more when I took this screenshot. Again, all of these views, right? Almost 4 million views, and still only 44,000 subscribers. So don't get hung up on needing subscribers. In fact, that trend is moving away. So a lot of times it's this mental block that people aren't doing it, or they get discouraged because they upload the video and they're like, I only got 100 or I only got 200. That is good. Celebrate that and then keep doubling it. So that's the goal that you want to do. Now, do some of the tricks that I'm teaching you. You'll get the thousands of views, right? That's the goal, but don't get hung up and don't get discouraged, because bottom line is, here's what we see. 90 days, every client that sticks with it for 90 days and does a video a day always gets far more. But when do people quit? People quit at the 30 day or the 3rd day or the 5th day. So don't decide now. That's not going to be you. You're going to stick to this at least 90 days. Commit. If you commit to a year, again, this is Julie was doing, I think she had her channel 2 years, and then she got those 10,000 clients. This is, 5-6 years ago. It's a lot easier now, but she stuck with it. She was consistent. I think it was 2 videos a week. That's all she had to do back then. Now it's a video a day, unfortunately, but they're shorter videos. These were long videos that she did. So let her be an example for you to stick with it, be consistent. Now, here's the beautiful thing. This is where I just love to celebrate, because this took an entire month of prep, script writing. We wrote the script with her. We gave her things to fill in the blank, and we gave her templates and guides. And then it was 2 days of filming in a professional studio. We had a green screen and 3 pro cameras. So we had multi-camera shots. Now, baby not included. If we did this for other people, we had to tell them, baby's not included for this service. And this was a $10,000 day type of thing, process. And then, not to mention all of the editing in post-production afterwards. It took 3 months. Now she is doing reels. We're doing this with a completely different system using AI and apps. And what took us an entire month and then 3 months more of editing, we could easily do in 4 to 8 hours tops, everything from production to script writing to production to post-production editing, and then 3 months of content, boom, out there, as opposed to, oh my gosh, 3 months later, we're still editing videos. And that's because of AI. Deborah Gould, she did what we told her to do as far as blogging. So by the way, write that down. Blogging is still a thing. If you don't want to do video, well, stick to blogs, but do it every day. And then the way you turn your blog into a video is you just use some of these AI apps and use your text over there. But her story got picked up by CNN Money and Fox Business, I think it was, all within 24 hours of her social post. These things are happening still because of exposure. They're willing to break through their fears and get exposure. He got a movie deal because he kept doing videos on his YouTube channel. So you don't know what you're missing out on. Like, maybe not everyone's going for a movie deal, but he wasn't. He just got into a documentary film about fitness because people saw his video. So here's the question I want to ask you. How many of you are losing business because you're just not getting exposure and not getting out there and showing the world what you can do? So put that as a goal. Show more people what I can do. And encourage you, you don't need a lot of subscribers to get the views. This was a channel that he decided to do after we worked together years ago. He said, all right, I got to rebrand. I'm older now. I'm doing Jacked After 40 life. And here, look at this, under 10,000 subscribers and yet 2.3 million views. So remember, don't get caught up on subscribers or even views. Again, it's about the client. So here are the 3 things that I want you to commit to doing: blogs, podcasts, YouTube shows. So I don't want you to limit yourself in just the short form, where a lot of people are just focusing short form, but they're forgetting about, remember the puck advantage? They're forgetting about all of the other forms of content. Now, these are the 3 things that I did when I first started out in Hawaii. I blogged, I created a podcast, so that's audio only, and then I did YouTube shows. Now we add YouTube shorts, right? So that's the 3 things that was really the core marketing of my business, all organic. Didn't pay for traffic at all. You have that opportunity now. So make sure you're not in the quest of, okay, I'm doing reels. Don't neglect the longer form content, because this is where you bond with your people. Think of your shorts to get you over to your shows. It's like trailer for your movie. Again, but that's the next stage. But I want you to keep that in mind, okay? These are some of the things where when we produced for Larry King, we went all day. We did an entire show. He was one of our guests in here. The star dressed up like Larry King and interviewed him. But once again, these opportunities wouldn't have ever come to me had I not been doing video and not posting on all of these social sites. So these are some of the other people you might recognize, some of these names and faces that I got a chance to produce for. But again, these wouldn't be possible if I wasn't using I'm gonna say celebrity, if I wasn't using social media. I also did social media for celebrities. That was the biggest thing. I was a secret weapon. People didn't want me to share my secrets for the longest time. For about 10 years, I was just getting paid really, really well to work for these awesome clients, tweeting for them, doing their social media. Now, for the first time ever, over the past year, we created a course, we created systems, we created different training modules. So now this stuff is being shared for the small business owner. And it's very interesting because I'm used to keeping secrets, to myself. And now it's like, all right, now I'm letting the world know. So now I always like to get people to commit. Some of these secrets I'm sharing, these AI weapons, they can be used for evil. I want you to commit you're using these for good. So I'm going to share these. This is all 20 years of insight, trial and error, strategies that work again and again. I'm sharing with you the stuff that works. And it's timeless. It worked 20 years ago. It's working now even better and even easier with these AI apps. So some of these secrets, as I mentioned before, the couple apps that I shared, they literally can put my company out of business. And I literally had to pivot because of the apps that came out that you can now use. So instead of hiring my company for $10,000, $5,000 minimum to work with me and do all this for you, you can do this yourself. You can even do this for other people. But again, I want you to promise you're going to use these strategies and these AI apps for good. So go ahead, put this for good. I'll use them for good. Just put good in chat. Make that commitment. And by the way, this here was created by Midjourney, an AI app to create graphics. One of the things Alicia told me a couple months ago is she was able to save $1,400 just by using Midjourney to create unique graphics, not just stock imagery out there. So we are living in beautiful times. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I came from the New York, New Jersey area. My whole family's still in New York. I moved to Hawaii. It was I literally moved as far west as possible and still in America, but hopping over an ocean. And that was pretty much the backyard where Lost TV series was filmed. That's when I moved there. I was there for about 7 years. One of the biggest problems was, it's limited and it's isolated, but that's kind of how I grew up. This is me at the end of my very, very long driveway on a farm. And I always dreamt of living by the ocean. Over to the left is in front of my dog, my first dog there. And that is a chicken coop, which basically was our playground. That's how I grew up, this skinny girl with glasses and knobby knees. And I feel like I'm sharing this picture because, oh my gosh, awful picture, but it reminded me of, when you're in school and you get made fun of 4 eyes and all of that. And my teacher was like, well, 4 eyes are better than 2 eyes. It's like, wow, that's a good reframe. But when you get older and you're like talking about blogging and podcasting, this weird stuff, and you get made fun of, you're like, well, you know what? I survived when I was younger, got made fun of. This is actually a good business thing. And it's almost as though that upbringing, when you got made fun of, we were able to use to go, that's okay. They can make fun of. I know what I'm talking about. And I just kept forging forward. And what do you know? I then wound up living by the ocean because I kept forging forward for my dreams and what I wanted. Uh, the biggest issue was we faced isolation on the island. There was limited in-person networking, no big conferences. Sound familiar? 2020, right? All of a sudden, why do you think Reels and video is so popular now? Well, a couple years ago, that was the only way you could meet people. That was the only way you could prospect. So Reels have become more popular than ever. This is what I discovered. Feel free to grab a screenshot or just write down blogs, podcasts, and video, because this was the secret for my marketing to get clients. People are like, oh, what kind of funnel? What kind of this? Nope, I literally just did blogs, podcasts, and video. And that's how I got clients. So grab a screenshot of this. These are all examples of blogging, podcasting, and video marketing or vlogging. They're just in different formats. So as you could see, they've grown. Social media methods have grown. You could pick one, pick 3 of these, or do all of them, and you'll get all of this free traffic using social video. So now it's podcasts on Spotify, Amazon Live, going live on a live stream on Facebook or Meta, on Twitter, AKA X, right? Stories, Reels. This is getting you exposure. And we'll talk about that in a moment, why that works. So here I am 2 decades later after following that voice inside me. And I know there are some people on the line right now. There's a person that's like, man, I've got this voice inside me that's telling me to do this. But there's outside voices telling me, different things and oh, you can't do video. Oh, what do you have to say? These are some of the voices I battled. Oh, what are you going to share that someone else hasn't shared, or nobody cares? And I had to keep ignoring those, keep resisting those voices of people that just didn't know. And I had this relentless pursuit, and my pursuit was serving other people. So every client that I work with, I had to research and find out the best way to help them. And then what was the end result? Got to fulfill my dream. So I'm sharing this to inspire you. Go ahead and pursue that. Ignore the critics, ignore the trolls, because by the way, this is going to come in handy once you start doing Reels and getting lots of exposure. You've got to be prepared for it, because there will be trolls, there will be critics. You've got to get a barrier. Remember my 5th grade or 4th grade teacher who told me 4 eyes are better than 2. You've got to be surrounded by people that are positive and encouraging you, so that when the critics come in, you can ignore them, you can block them out of your mind. Okay, that's why we have a community to encourage people and support one another. So if they ever come up with that, come up and battle with that, we can encourage you. In fact, when I was writing the Twitter Revolution book, Mari Smith came to me and she's like, oh, this troll, this critic, da, da, da. I was like, you know what, Mari? You can now celebrate, because once you get a troll, once you get a critic online, it means you've arrived. I'm not a great singer, so I won't, but cue angels singing, you've arrived, you've made it. So welcome it. In fact, make it a goal. Make that one of your milestones. Deal with a troll, deal with a critic successfully. Check, done, yay. That way you could celebrate it, because it will happen. And if you're not going online and doing social media because you're trying not to get criticized, well, you're going to prevent yourself from amazing things happening, all because some troll that lives in his mother's basement is saying something about you. You've never met him. You'll never deal with him again. You'll never deal with him in actual life. And we're stopping ourselves. No. Get rid of that. So you may have already grabbed a screenshot of this. This is essentially the social video roadmap that I follow, that I teach all my clients. I literally start from text, then I go to audio, video, social media, and then step 9 all the way at the top, we slide into the DMs, or in fact, it's attraction marketing. So clients will slide into your DMs. I am not a salesperson. I liked this type of sales because it was attraction. They saw my value. They saw what I can teach, and they're like, hey, can I hire you? Can I work with you? Do you have a course? What do you got for me? How can I work with you? They were asking. So believe it or not, if you don't like sales, social media is absolutely for you. Just show your value. Value-based posts are the best things you can do online to showcase your work. And then all of these people here are using this P3 success formula that I'm about to share right now. 3 things you need to be successful online, the 3 Ps. First one is produce. There are literally thousands of places that you can post your social videos to and your podcasts to. There's like, it started with one place of podcast, and there's 5, and there's 10, and there's all these little sub places. But you want to have a strategy in place. So make sure you know what your purpose is, what your keywords are, what your topics are, and up to 3 things. Don't talk about a million things. You're training the algorithm with every word that you say. And then choose where you'll upload it, and then be consistent. So produce, content. Then persuade. You've got to have a personality. And if it's an avatar personality, that's also great. Your personality gets you noticed. So if you've got an accent, exaggerate your accent, bring that out. I get compared to the woman from King of Queens. I was actually at our local burger joint down the road in Beaumont in La Jolla, California. And someone's like, oh, what's the celebrity that people say you remind me of? And when I was younger and I had that raspy voice, and she was younger, I got to me more. And I don't get that anymore. I got the middle-aged woman from King of Queens, the comedy, that is, I think, is it Kevin? He has 2 first names. Kevin, who knows? Put it in chat. By the way, that's a strategy when you go live. Get your audience to engage with you. Get them to answer for you. Don't try to be perfect and have all the answers. It's Kevin something. There's like 2 first names that he has as a first and last name. But that wound up being that personality. And I think it was because I had a drink. I think I had a margarita or something, some type of tequila. And that's when my accent comes out. That's when I start talking with my hands. I start throwing W's in my words, like the New Yorker that I am, right? We all learn to polish ourselves. But in social media, you don't want to polish. You want to exaggerate your personality. Think of why the Desperate Housewives shows and Real Housewives of this and Real Housewives of that, they're so popular because there's an exaggeration and there's some drama. So don't be boring. Now, you don't have to be drama mama like the Housewives, but what's the personality? Think about that. And then be persuasive in your words, in your audio, in your videos, whatever it is. Persuade. Be polarizing. Take a position or ask what people's opinions are. The more you do that, believe it or not, you get more views because everyone's got an opinion. Being vanilla is being boring, and that's how you don't get views. So if you've struggled before, it's probably because you're playing in the safe zone. So let's break you out of that safe zone. And then the third P is profit, right? How many people at the end of the day, you want to profit? Put profit in the chat. That's your number one goal, right? Unless it's just, you want to entertain and you don't care about profit because you're wealthy and self-sufficient. But if you're a working girl like me, profit is important. Got to pay the bills, right? So you always want to think about what is your call to action at the end? What's the next step? Now, you don't always have to sell something, but you can give something away. So we have if you go on Coach Deb, on any of my social channels, it's either Coach Deb or Coach Deb Cole. At the end, we give away the Monetized Reels book. So we'll put that URL there. And it's like, hey, if you want a to help you, blah, 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 get monetizedreels.com, right? We throw that out there for people so that they can get something for free. They get on our list, and then we engage with them. So many people are like, sell. You can. Some people have sold books immediately from their reels. Other people, it's getting them on your list. So that way, if any of these social media sites go away, and we've seen this over and over. Remember, I was going to bring you back to the past. We've seen Vine, we've seen Friend Feed, we've seen all of these just go by the wayside. Even Clubhouse, it still exists. And now there's spaces with Twitter, AKA X. So it's evolved into something, but Clubhouse isn't as relevant as it was, just like Vine wasn't as relevant, just like MySpace still exists, but it's not as relevant as it once was. So your goal is to bring them over to your email list, get the call to action and get them on there. And it could just be in your copy. It doesn't need to be in every reel because some of them are just pure entertainment, but it does need to be on the ones that you're showcasing your talent, your skill, you're training people. Okay. So profit, get the CTA on yours. So how many people have learned something so far? We've got more to share. How many people, I know my VA was like, they want to know what you've got, Deb. So I can keep on teaching, or we can show you what I have. We'll hop over to that and then we'll keep on teaching. So put toolkit for anyone who wants to hear about what I have for you for this specific group today. or just put teach me, teach me, teach me in the comments, and then we'll know if you want me to just keep teaching or if you want to hear about the toolkit, and then I will go back to teaching. But let's just see, I'm gonna do a quick check-in in chat and with Ken, and if you can let me know in Slack or WhatsApp what people are asking for, and then we will give the people what they want. So as you guys are voting, let me just share this really quickly. Why we want to answer this question: why businesses and brands are crushing it with social video? Why is it? Like, why? Do you want to know why? My background is in psychology, went to Rutgers. This fascinated me when I learned this story, but it fascinated me even more when I got involved with social media, because this is something that the advertisers know, but the small business owner doesn't. So let's share this with you. This alone may help you really understand why you want to get involved with Reel. So it's the mere exposure effect. Briefly, let me share this study. It was done at the University of Pittsburgh in 1978. They studied this. It's also widely known as the silent girl experiment. And this story or this study was about 3 girls of average attractiveness. So it wasn't like one was in braces and another was a supermodel for Victoria's Secrets. They were just all average attractiveness, but they could not engage or talk to any one of the students. But they were given assignments, 3 different assignments. Girl number 1, her job was to go and show up to class randomly every once in a while. The second girl was supposed to go to class every other class. So show up once, then miss the next. Show up once, miss the next class. The third girl was assigned to show up every single class, sit in the front row, be seen. Every single, consistent. She had to be consistent. At the end of the class, at the end of the semester, all the students were given a survey and they asked, who did you think was most likable, was most attractive? Girl number 1, girl number 2, and girl number 3. Now remember, none of these girls talked to any of the students. So it wasn't a personality thing. It wasn't any, all it was one person randomly showed up, one person every other, third person showed up consistently every single day. Who do you think they ranked the most attractive? Girl number 1, girl number 2, or girl number 3 who showed up every single day? And I'm looking in the chat here, Ken saying they love toolkit, 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 teach, toolkit, toolkit, teach. All right, so you want toolkit and you want me to teach. I'm gonna do both. Everyone's gonna be happy. But let's see how many people are saying 1, 2, or 3, Ken. How many people are voting on girl number 3? If you said 3, yes, you're right, you won. And you won what? The book. I'm gonna get you the book. You gotta get a reward, right? You gotta gamify. And by the way, that's one of the things we're gonna teach you, how to get more people to watch your reels, gamify it, and your social media. So here's why girl number 3 was rated most attractive. The more someone sees something or someone or a word, by the way, they did it with words, the more they like it and they trust it. They think it's a positive thing. They actually did this with words. They were Turkish words, and they were shown in a newsletter, back when they printed things out at, on a college campus. And these Turkish words that people were not familiar with, this was like in an American campus. So it's not like they were studying Turkish. and symbols as well, Russian symbols and words. They said that the word that kept showing up in the newsletter the most was the one that they felt it was a positive word. It wasn't used in a sentence. It was just randomly words showing up. This is fascinating to me. This is fascinating. This means the more something shows up in people's phones, perhaps on their phone, your voice, your words, your face, your picture, your avatar, your brand, your company name, whatever it is, whatever you choose, whether you show your face or you don't, the more your social media profile pops up and they hold on their phone, which, by the way, they are so bonded with. There's another study I'll share maybe maybe we'll continue this with those people who do want the toolkit, and I'll go live again. People, if you want that, that's not something we're selling, but it is something I'll do for y'all, for those of you who get the toolkit, and I'll share more studies of these. But this soft cloth monkey, there is a study done that we're really bonded with our phone. And again, remind me, put soft cloth monkey, and that'll tell me that you guys want more training, and we'll do that at a later time. But the more you show up. And by the way, did you hear the thing? Consistency. That girl was consistent every single time. So if you're there randomly and your competitor's there consistently, who do you think's going to get the client? Who's going to be the one that your competitor thinks more positively for? You, who's there random, or your competitor who's there all the time? So let's talk a little bit about the toolkit, but before I do, I want you to put down maybe some of the fears that you have about recording reels. This is the number one fear and complaint and resistance or reason, AKA excuse, and it's legitimate. That's why I say it's a reason, is I got nothing to say, right? Some of them it's a fear of the camera, but others it's like, I've got nothing to say. But what if we could create an endless amount of content for you that's going to keep you creating videos every single day for the next year, for the next 2 years, if you dare. And by the way, now people are get the results now, and now it's getting more and more competitive. Like with each month, it's like more and more content that they want, more and more and more, because more people are starting to join. Now they want 3 videos a day. That's what we're seeing. People get more results when they're really posting consistently, and not just every day, but 3 times a day. It's because you're getting more chances to be seen. And then when the algorithm sees that you're really going hard with content, they go, oh, they're a content creator. They're helping us keep people on the app. Let's show their stuff to more people. So let's talk about the first movers advantage. We're going to talk about some of the apps. I want to point out the future of search has changed forever. Bing is back. If you've known, let me know if you've heard about Bing, and then we're going to dive into the toolkit in just a moment. But when I saw Bing coming back, because Microsoft spent a ton of money, they brought ChatGPT 4 before OpenAI even had ChatGPT 3 or 3.0. So what was significant to me about Bing coming back is, this is again where the puck is going, is that when you do search, we're no longer going to go to Google. We're going to go to Bing. We're going to go to ChatGPT. We're going to go to YouTube, TikTok, right? We're going to go to social media. And if you're not blogging, guess who's not showing up in Bing search? Because Bing now gives you answers, but it gives you reference points. It says, this is the fact that I found it at. That's the missing piece of ChatGPT. And now Claude is coming out. So if you've used ChatGPT and starting to see, oh, this is becoming less and less relevant, it's getting filtered, there's a lot of rules that are being placed on it. So now people are hopping over to Claude, they're hopping over to Bing, and they're getting fact checking. So that's the significance about why Bing is back and why it's so significant, because it's referencing where it got the piece of information it gave you for that answer. So what does that mean for you? If you have a text-based blog or a blog with a title and some text, but then you put your video on it, now it's going to serve that information, that text in search when it's using its intelligence. Yes, it's getting more intelligent. All of these AI, that's why when they say artificial intelligence, until now, it's really not been, it's been more automated. It's been more automated. Now it's really intelligence. It's coming up with answers. It's pulling from resources out there and then delivering it. And then it will pull these things. If you're doing them, you will get served up to clients. If not, guess who will? Your competitor. And again, the mere exposure effect, you want to be referenced. You want those examples. So again, you get found all over here, Bing, and now these future search engines are going to pull from all of these places to give the answers. So the future belongs to the creators. I want you to say that. I want you to write it down, get a screenshot. If you understand this and the mere exposure effect, you'll understand how and why it is so important to do real short form video. If it's 9-second video or a 58-second video, just get seen and create, because the search engines are here, artificial intelligence in here, the bots are there. Things are going to get automated, and the only way you're going to get that edge, that first mover's advantage, is if you can produce more content than your competitor and show up consistently every single time. So it's no longer a matter of if you can create or should, or if it's, if create social videos. No, it's no longer a matter of if you should create social videos. It's a matter of how many can you produce and publish, and how many you can produce and publish before and more than your competitor who wants to steal your clients online. So here are, before I go into the real toolkit, here is the perfect thing for those of you who are like, I just want the free stuff. Grab a screenshot of this. This is my workflow. This is what I teach my clients to do now. Remember how I said I used to do all this stuff for them? And we had teams doing a lot of this for all of these apps have replaced a large amount of people for companies. And I'm able to just serve more people because we're able to do this much faster, much easier. And then we just teach our clients. So we use ChatGPT, we use Super Creator, we ask it for 30 scripts. By the way, Super Creator is an app that actually you just program it, give it your keywords, and it actually creates content for you in video format. Whether you want to show your face or not show your face, it gives you content that you can literally read right there looking at your camera. And it's basically this like teleprompter that gives you the content to say, and it goes from scene to scene to scene to scene. It's amazing, but I do warn you, it's still in beta, so they're working out some kinks. But I share the stuff that we're using so that people can take advantage of that instead of let's us test it for a year and 2 years, and then once it's like everyone else has the edge, you're like, oh, you get to hear it. No, with our clients, we share what we're working on and what we're diving into, even if it's not perfect and in beta, which, you know, there's been some glitches with Super Creator. And the biggest way to fix it, which pretty much everything online with from your computer to your phone, if something isn't working, shut it down and reopen it. Oh, what do you know? It works beautifully. We'll ask it for scripts to do. We use clipscribe.vip to turn horizontal into vertical. So say you have a lot of, like this is a horizontal filmed video, this masterclass, right? So I can put it up into Clipscribe. It'll transcribe it for me. It'll put captions on it for me, and it'll give me any format that I want. Just script.vip gives me, I can create the video in there. You've probably seen Alicia using it, raving about it. We'll show you a video of that in a moment. To script.vip, you can record, you can not even have your own face, you can use B-roll, you can use their videos just by simply typing in keywords, and it will give you the video for you to match your video so that you don't have to have your face, you could just be speaking. Or train it and it will use your voice clone. It'll clone your voice so that you no longer even have to speak to record a video. Your team can do this for you. And if you're an agency or a freelancer, you just get your clients to train the voice, and then you can produce as much content as you want without needing your client there. How many people have struggled if you're an agency like we were for many, many years, 2 decades? Okay, come on, let's get on a Zoom, let's create content, let's set a day, let's get content. I work with doctors and dentists, and they're busy. Every hour that they take from their practice, they feel they're losing money. They don't want to spend a day doing content. They want to spend the day healing patients and working with patients and fixing their teeth and doing whatever they do, right? So the script.vip helps that. The next thing is Content Fries and Metricool. So Content Fries, we then get these long form content. And yes, fries like French fries. It's like your long form content is potatoes. You have big, long content, but then we're like, yeah, we want French fries from these potatoes. Content Fries, you just automatically upload it, and then it automatically pulls the best of using artificial intelligence. Is it perfect? No. There are some that I'm like, nope, I'm ditching that. But it gave me 14 videos that I could get rid of 5 and I'm still happy. I can get rid of 7 and I still have content for a week that I can upload. And then metricool.vip, actually, Alicia turned this on to me about a year or 2 ago, and Lorette, and oh my gosh, that was a game changer in uploading, scheduling content. Now, it's not unique because it's a scheduling tool, but it's unique because it'll tell you the exact time that your audience will be looking at your content or is looking at your content from past history for each individual social platform. That's my favorite thing, because that's the number 2 question that we always get asked is, what time to post, Deb? Well, metricool.vip will literally tell you what to post on the time for your channel. So you link it up with your channel and it will say, oh, Twitter or X here, Facebook or Meta here. Have you noticed all of these apps are evolving, right? We want to evolve with them. We want to use AI to create more content faster, easier, and more fun. So we get exposure. We get that mere exposure effect, and our clients, potential clients, customers all see us instead of our competitors and go, yeah, I'm going to use her. I'm going to use him. I see them, they're knowledgeable, I like what they've got. How can I use their freelancing or their agency to help me? I like their content, I want them to create content for me. Or I like their blah, 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 fill in the blank, what's your niche? And they then hire you. So beautiful, that's my workflow. Let's talk about this app real quick, and then we'll dive into Real Toolkit. I'm just trying to see time and feedback and clients. Okay, so let's show you this real quick and then jump into the Real Toolkit, because this is going to be a game changer. We used to use Final Cut Pro, and and this is when I saw this app, I was like, a good year ago, I was like, oh my gosh, my whole company, everything we do workflow is just changed forever. It keeps all of your clips organized into one file instead of taking a bunch of clips. Because you know how in Reels, the best thing to do is have transitions and jump cuts and go from here to here to here. This keeps it all organized, and you can easily edit it with a click of your finger, drag and drop. So how many people, this is the app, just screenshots of the app, some of the, where it says copy, and then there's people on a boat there. They called it a yacht. I was like, that's not a yacht, that's like a party boat. But it was one of our masterminds, and I was just grabbing really cool clips of all these people. Grant Cardone was running it. We grabbed clips of him, and we just boom, 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 and created this video faster than anyone else on the boat, and we're able to upload it because I was able to use that app. I didn't have to send it to a video editor. I was able to do it all on my phone while I was on the boat. And then you can make a copy of it. So say you want a shorter version or a longer version. You just touch on it, it says duplicate, boom, it creates a copy. You then name it whatever you want. And I usually like to say what the title is, and then short, or this, and then long, so that way I know this is for my longer form content, this is for my short form content. So you can upload reels and teas, and then you have the longer video for your YouTube channel to see more of. It's incredible. So how many people want to see how it works? We're gonna click on this, and I don't need sound for this because I'm going to just click play. So I'm going to turn the sound down, and I'm just going to walk you through it here as you see it. But here's what I love, and here's what you're going to see. This was when, and by the way, another philosophy and mission, film it ugly before you can film it perfect, because perfection just never comes. So Lorette in the beginning said that, we're part of a mastermind. So this was me arriving to DC. It's midnight by the time we got to the Airbnb. Alicia was there, another friend from BOE was there. And we're like, I had a presentation the next day, and Alicia's like, show them how to do it. So let's record it right now. So this went into the presentation the next day on stage. We even brought Alicia up. I'll show you a video we created with her. And this was just showing how to use the app. So this is a way that you can create a reel as well. It doesn't even, like my face is in this, but very briefly. It could just be you filming your laptop, you filming your desktop. And by the way, people love that when you're just showing kind of how you're doing things and it's not super professional. So let's show you how to do this, and then we'll jump into the Reel Toolkit that I have for you, and then we'll keep on getting you to do Reel. So here I am touching that. I'm gonna see if I could push pause as we go. So if you've used Snapchat before and you touch the little button on your screen, it starts recording until you touch it again, or you touch and hold for the second that you want, and then you let go. That's literally as easy as it gets to record it. So I then turn over toward Alicia. This, I wanted to get out of selfie mode, so I touched the upper right. And now I wanted to show my computer. I touched it, and I showed a real clip of me creating my slides so that I could show them in the morning. And it's like, oh, let's show a pretty flower. Again, this is so random. Did you see how I just clicked it? And it just grabbed just that. Now we go back into selfie mode. We get Alicia, and we're like, hi, Alicia. And then, of course, there it's her showing me the video. We threw that clip in. And then Cassie, and it's like, hi, we're just waving. So now we're going back and forth from selfie mode back to laptop mode. And now we want to edit. So we go down if we want to hit play to see what we created. This is us showing what we created. At the bottom is where we can cut, we can do filters. So here are all of your clips. And now this one, I didn't like it. I grabbed it and I'm like, let's get rid of it. Delete, gone. I didn't like how I looked. That's it. You just click, drag it. It confirms delete, and now we're here. Now, what if I want to click something and move something over? Let's move these flowers over to the beginning of it. Let's start off with some flowers. It's really pretty, right? It's me, it's the flowers, it's the laptop. So that's it. You touch, click, drag. How many of you could do this? How many of you can easily edit using the Spark Camera app? You don't have to have an expensive video editor doing all this for you. And now we're able to see how it was moving the clips around. Now let's see, what if I want to add a filter? All right, here we go. Let's add snow to Washington, D.C. in the middle of summer, right? So it's just like your IG has all of those types of filters. Now, what if I want to add a transition? I click over to the right, and for a second, it didn't notice my hand because it was cold. And I want to either fade to black or fade up or move left. Here's me clicking and dragging the volume down and up if I want to increase it. Here, I increase the speed. So now I'm twice as fast. Bum, 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 bum. I do another transition. Again, it doesn't recognize my hand. My hands are very cold. I zoom out on this transition. Over here, let's see, what do I do? Duplicate it, I think. Oh, I went really fast. Hi, Lisa, really fast. And now I exit out to see what we've created. See these transitions, the zoom in, the zoom out, right? Easy peasy. How many people can add transitions without having complicated video editors, right? I can add music as the final thing. There's a lot of different things you could do, voiceover, or you can add music. So how many people, now that you've seen that, think they can create a video? And what I put here is that's creating a reel in 3 minutes or less. Let's turn up the volume. Let's see, even if you don't hear it, you can just see what we created. And again, this was not like we, sat down and said, oh, we're going to teach some big concept. But basically, I was teaching how to use Spark Camera apps. So it didn't matter what content it was. So now here's the final result. No makeup on. Remember, film it ugly before you film it perfect. So apologize for no makeup and ugly, but that should encourage you to do it and not have to worry about being perfect before you do it. So we're going to hit play and you'll see this. This is how we created a reel in 3 minutes or less. This didn't take any longer. Now, again, wasn't sophisticated, but you can do this with just a little bit of planning and a little bit of content. That's all you need is content, and then you film just like this using Spark Camera app. So we're going to hit play. Okay, we're going to create a new Spark. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Cassie. Let's create a reel in 3 minutes or less. So that end scene is when I went back into my room after everyone went to bed and I had to be really quiet. So I whispered it. So I used the voiceover feature and I said, and that's creating a reel in 3 minutes or less. This one here, for those of you who want faceless videos, yep, there's AI apps. This is my talking avatar that I use when I'm at the gym. This one here is the Dizzy app. This used to be very expensive to hire video editors to turn you into a cartoon. This is me and Alicia. This is me over to the left at Onyx Studio. I had clouds moving, but here, this is the one with Alicia and me, and it just turned us into a cartoon and added music to it. Okay, again, look at that, 10 seconds. This is skating to where the puck is going. You can turn yourself into a cartoon, an avatar. You can be AI. You don't have to show your face, or if you don't, you're getting older, like I'm getting older, I want to hide my wrinkles. I just turn myself into a cartoon and I can teach without being self-conscious. So if that's you want to start using these apps and take advantage of the mirror exposure effect to create videos faster with AI, easier with AI, and way more fun. Like, how many people think that was fun? Put fun in the comments. Absolutely fun. So Descript is the last one I want to show you, and then I'll dive into the real toolkit here. Voice dubbing. So yeah, it does so many things for you, but let's just show you really quick. You know Alicia, so you don't need the baseline for her voice. We brought her up on stage so people could meet her, and we had her share her voice. You might have seen this video if you follow her and you watch her Instagram. This is her using Descript, the voice cloning feature. She shows you how to do it. And if you haven't seen this, oh, be prepared to be blown away. Let's turn this around, turn the volume up. Ken, make sure let me know if you can hear the volume in chat, and let's play this. And then let's talk about the real toolkit so we can get content for you, so you can get all of this without having to worry about even creating content, because guess what? We've done the heavy lifting for you. But here you go. Take it away, Alicia.
Hi guys, Celisa, would you believe me if I say that in this entire video, I never spoke even once? This is entirely Descript AI Voices feature. Let's take a look at how it's done. First, you need to upload your voice in Descript. To do that, go to Voices, click Create New Voice, and then type the name of your voice. Click Create. Follow the instructions on the right side of the screen, and when you're done with that, submit training data. Wait for your voice to upload. When it's uploaded, go to your project, click the feather icon, and then select Write. Type in the script that you want your voice to say. When done, highlight it, right-click, and then choose Overdub. Easy, right?
Yay! How many people love that? Type Alicia in chat. Unbelievable, right? We no longer now have to take the time to create content. We can train Descript to do this for us. You just have to upload your voice. Now, a year or two, we were playing around with Descript, and it took a lot to train the voices. Nowadays, it's maybe 15 minutes of content. It's incredible. It's truly, truly incredible. So, yeah, this is exciting. If you notice, let's move that over. This is real quick, and then I'll dive into the toolkit that we have for you, for those of you who want it and get content for you. And I'm also going to do something very, very, very special for the first, let's say 10, 15 people that grab the real toolkit. So I'm loving you guys. I'm loving your interaction and engagement. And I love Alicia and Lorette. So you guys get the benefit of friendship hookups. Okay, so Descript, this is how you do faceless videos. This is the actual app on the desktop. These are all of these clips. Every one of these are a video that I added just typing in a keyword, and it gave me a video from its footage to add to it. So when I did a masterclass several months ago, it was Saturday night, my business manager was like, I need a new video for you. We're doing a masterclass. We have to tell them all about it. And I'm like, okay, but I'm really tired and I'm exhausted and my face does not look like it's going to wake up for days. She's like, well, we need a video. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to use Descript. And I literally recorded it. I just went in here and this little thing hits record either video or audio. So I recorded my voice. I talked to them. And then all I did is went into this little button here. It's basically like the little TV button, and I typed in keywords. And in the beginning, look, congratulations. Yeah, I like this champagne popping. So it pops open a bottle of champagne, and this is the first scene opening up. I want to congratulate them. So that's how we did a faceless video. Yay, drum roll, applause, round of applause, round of applause. So now I've got a special invitation. Got this for 12 fast action takers today. So the first 12 people are going to get me live in a Zoom, maybe within the next 24 hours, if that works for you. Same time as today, but tomorrow, anyone who grabs the real toolkit, I'm gonna hop on a Zoom. And then those of you who maybe grab it, but you can't join live, will have the recording so you can just watch it. But I'm gonna dive into some of the things I talked about today, but going a little further. And I'm also gonna show you this real toolkit in action and how you can use it. So these are examples, and we did the takeover of their account. They went from, say 157 was a lot. This is the most they ever got. And we took it over, and this was the first one we put up, and we got 3,152 views. Now, does this work? Doing Reels using our formula work? We just made a few tweaks to their account. It didn't take a lot, but we're gonna show you how to do that. And these were the subsequent videos after. So that way you see it's not a fluke with the 3,000. We went on to get 3,100, 1,100, 3,200. I think the next one was like 5,000 views. We kept going up and up and up. So we're going to do a takeover of your account, not personally like this, who's paying us a lot of money, thousands of dollars a month, but we're going to do it in a Zoom. We're going to show you how to do it for yourself. We're going to teach you exactly what we did with them. So here is my invitation. Those of you who want toolkit or want my invitation or say, I want to be one of the 12, or just put 12, let's go in there and just either put 12 or yes in the comments. So let's introduce you to the Reels toolkit, or the Real toolkit, depending if you want to pluralize it. It's the Real toolkit. So this is the way you can get me as a producer without having to pay a ton of money on a monthly basis or a year to work with me. I'm going to share everything that I've been doing with my private clients into this system. Uh, and basically it's the system that I created for clients that said, all right, Deb, what if we didn't have you personally working for us every month, but you helped us create content? Because that was the number one fear or block or reason that they just weren't creating videos. They're like, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what content, what goes viral. What are the hooks that you're saying? Oh, it's very important to have a hook, but how do I get those hooks? Well, we studied them. We poured in, we did research, we looked at the most viral videos, the most viral hooks, grabbed those hooks. We got 30 of those hooks for you and we put them into a system. Then we didn't stop there. We got those hooks and then we created scripts for you. And then we didn't stop there. We have the script there that taught you how to duplicate that type of script. So all you do is get the script that we created, fill in the blank for your niche and your profession. And then again, it's kind of like Mad Libs, right? It's Mad Libs. You fill in the blank with your niche and then created this into a system. So I'm going to have, I think Ken will, oh, maybe it's in there. Yes, I think the link is in there. So, but make sure you don't grab it without entering the coupon code VIP50. So alicialittle.com/Coach Deb is the site. That's the URL. But then make sure to get a deal for those of you first 12 on the call. This is an Alicia deal. Only put VIP50 and we've got it. You'll be able to get this real toolkit that we created. I'm about to show this to you for 50% off. So let me jump over here, get my mouse over here. So this is the ultimate real toolkit. And it's the ultimate because for the first 12, I'm going to do a live Zoom training in addition to the real toolkit. So, and those of you who can't join the live one, don't worry, we'll get the recording. So it'll walk you through the toolkit. It's a month's worth of scripts done for you, again, Mad Lib style. You just fill in the blank, customize it for your brand. And then what you'll notice is we even put the formula. So it says like, here's the opening, here's a CTA. So that way you don't just see words and a script, you actually see what type of script you can do and duplicate in the future and modeling after this system. You get a content calendar so that you can plan ahead and keep your audience engaged. So you'll never run out of content ideas again. You'll have this for at least 1 month. Some of you will duplicate it and go, all right, I'm going to do this again, use the same thing, but you know, kind of a different little script, and fill in the blank will be slightly different. You can absolutely do that. So that is the real toolkit. You can craft the compelling videos that connect, that stop the scroll. These hooks are designed to be scroll stopping. So the real toolkit is your guide. You just follow along, fill it in, and then use some of the apps that I just taught you how to use. And in the Zoom, we'll show you a little bit more in depth, okay? Because I know some of you have to run. So we're gonna jump over here, show you the real toolkit, and then the first 12, let's join on a Zoom tomorrow. So you're also gonna get the Reels playbook. By the way, I show in this playbook, there are templates and audio, the trending audio. That's what the first question that people came when I first was training about Reels. They're like, well, where do you get the audio? Well, we have our team and we do research every morning that we pay to find the trending audios, what is playing of the day. But what we did is we grabbed the top 10, we put it into the playbook. There's links to literally get trending audio that have gone viral, gotten thousands of views, again, depending on, you know, what you're using and whatnot. But you can just link it to the audios that already work because we've done the research and the work for you. And then you're going to be part of our community, just like you have the community here, right? With the Learning Tube, we have a community specifically for AI and social video. So you get to share the videos that you create. We have a post and we say, go ahead, put it in the comments so that you can share it, have other people watch it, other people give feedback, other people get you views, likes, comments. And since we're teaching people the importance of comments, you have other students and people like you commenting on yours. This is what we did back again, Alicia, my friend, and Lorette and Angie and another friend. We basically got a team, and Julie, 10 of us, and we're like, all right, last year, we're all doing Reels. This is the hottest thing. It was literally last August. And Alicia's like, all right, she's put a comment and she put the reel together, and we jump in there and give her a like, give her a thumbs up, give her a little, like your comment can just be a heart. It can be like, yay, celebratory, you know, champagne. It could be an emoji. And it's very popular on the gram. So you have this community helping one another. So you want to be contributing to theirs, they want to be contributing you. That's how it really works to get people watching your videos, and other than just your mom when you first post it, right? You've got that community behind you. Now, normally the toolkit, when we sold this and created this just for one of our clients, they paid us $2,000 to go in there and create scripts for them. You are obviously going to get a very special deal because Alicia and I and Lorette have been friends for 2 decades. And those of you who love upgrades, let's give you an invitation. So before you go to that page and grab the toolkit, let me make sure that we tell you a little bit about the upgrade for those of you who say, I don't want just 1 month. I want these scripts next month, the month after that. And as long as you want them, we will be dripping another new month of scripts and hooks for you in our system. And that upgrade is the Real Accelerator system. You'll love that if you like scripts done for you. So you're going to get proven hooks. So again, if you're there with us for a year, it's going to be every day for 365 days. But let's just say you just want 3 months. Well, you can quit after 3 months. There's no commitment. So you're not paying for a year in advance. Every month you're paying, and every month you're getting new scripts dropped in your board. Okay, you're getting private access to my community. I share the latest trends, the latest audios. Remember how I said our team's doing research? Well, that's where we share that with our clients who bought a course or bought a real toolkit. And again, you're not going to pay $2,000. This is an overview of the system. We have a G sheet, we have a Trello board, and we literally show you the script. We started, by the way, our toolkit with 7 days, and they're like, I want a month. So then we grew it, and then it became a month. And then they're like, I want it every month. So we've just kicked this off. So we now have 2 months with a group of people that we're just giving them scripts, and they're starting to use it. And you personalize it. So this is a longer part of the Trello board. So with this, you get that first mover's advantage. And I love this. And yes, we had the help of ChatGPT and AI. You'll knock out your fear of creating reels faster than a cheetah in a jetpack. Now, I want a video for that expression because that is quite the visual. Thank you, Mr. GPT. We're also going to start teaching you how to get the scripts we give you. Train ChatGPT, if you're using it, to train it to then plug and play. And the more you train it, the more you can bring our scripts in and have ChatGPT give you the words to fill in the blanks for our scripts. So we're your prompt engineer. You just plug and play, use it, and you apply it. This is a bonus. We've got the private Facebook group. We renamed it now that AI, we moved from just social media to then social video, and now it's social video and the AI revolution. You'll be part of that private Facebook group as a real toolkit holder. You'll get my templates. So we have templates that we only share with our clients that pay top dollar. We put this together in the Ultimate Reel Toolkit that's being made available for Alicia's members here. So we'll go into depth of more tools. I actually have a recording in, you'll see the Trello board. Actually, let me pull up that Trello board for you, and then let me show you the Real Accelerator system. That's that upgrade. And then real fast, let me just show you, we also added, so the upgrade deal when we offered this last was $788. We then knocked that off 50%. You'll notice, I'll show you where to find this upgrade for way less than that. Again, if you're here live with us, you're going to love this. Here we go. So this is the site, I think it's in the chat. Go to alicialittle.com/Coach Deb. You'll see the price tag of $388, but you will not pay that because you will use this VIP 50 to, whoops. I just clicked on that. I double clicked on it and it fast forwarded. So I won't double click on it. Circle this down here, VIP 50, and it slashes it so you get it for 50% off. Now, one of the things too, and then I'll show you the actual system here. We also decided, because when Lorette and Alicia were saying you have a lot of agency people and freelancers, they're like, well, can they use this for their clients? In the past, we said, no, this is solo use only, but we put a license deal. We just put this together last night, and we put this at a very killer deal. And let me show you that in a moment. it will be $2,000 for this licensing deal to be able to use this system for your clients. But for today, again, this is why I say there's going to be very lucky, happy 12 people for the first action takers. I want to meet those Wayne Gretzky fans that want the puck advantage and grabbing this sooner rather than later. So let me pull up, let's see, I think we have, let's see. I'm going to escape out of full screen mode. Okay, so Ken, let me know if you can see the screen. This is the real toolkit here. Your links over here, the community links. We even gave you different invitation and books in here that were not necessarily promised here, but these are all the scripts here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks all down here. We're adding a few more. We actually changed a few, and you just get this and you just kind of scroll down. And then let's see, I'm going to click on this one here. So you click on the Trello board, and then this is your script. But first you want to copy the Trello board, or the whole board, which, by the way, you go over here in the 3 dots, you make a copy of the board. So that way you copy it, you name it with your own name, so you're not overwriting anyone here. But then you click on a card, and here is the script. You show more to get the whole thing. What I recommend people to do, and then here's an example of it. Okay, but up here, here's the script. What I tell people to do is copy this, put it in, say, a GDoc, and then fill in the blanks where objection, or get this, and we'll teach you this in the Zoom. We'll really go into depth. Put it into ChatGPT, engineer it so that it fills in the blanks for these objections toward common problems that you solve, right? So using this in combination of ChatGPT, this is going to be a very powerful toolkit. Here's the accelerator system. This is a second board, but you get a lot more things. You also get a recording. You also get the social video equipment list recording. Here's the list. You get a drive to click on that. And then we also have a recording of a class, and you get the producer playbook here as well. You click there and you get the playbook right there in the line. And then this every month that you are renewing the Real Accelerator system. And again, today you get to lock in. I'll show you where to get that upgrade, but it will get locked in each month. And each month you'll come back here, you'll make a copy of the new scripts that have been added. And by the way, again, we'll teach you how to do all of these things in the Zoom here, but you just click on this and you go copy list or move list. You don't want to move ours, right? We have a master copy, so sometimes we have to go in there, but you just want to copy it and add it to yours, or just make a copy of the whole thing. So that's the Real Toolkit. This is the Real Accelerator system. I also share in here, let me close this over here, my workflow. And this is when we used to do custom videos with clients, from video idea to recording to edit bay, reviewing, revising, publishing. Now we skip a lot of these steps because we are doing it in Spark Camera app. And now it just goes like from beginning creation to publish and then repurpose. So this is my workflow for people who do have a lot of custom video. You can use this to add cards here. So you're getting my production playbook here and my system that I use. So let's show you when you go to, let's see, here is this one here. So when you go to alicialittle.com/Coach Deb, you get this page here. You can click on any of these buttons here. You can scroll down. Here you go. You meet me. There's kind of what's in it. And here is the deal that people are getting today. Just click on that link and it will open up the checkout page. So it'll be up here. Here's where you add the coupon code. So over here it has the retail price, but for today, first 12 people are going to get to take advantage of 50% off right here. Type in VIP 50, hit enter, and boom, apply. And you'll, whoops, magically see, as long as I can click the button, you'll see the price drop here. So what you'll pay today. And then, and that again locks it in, you get a full month. You get to keep that forever. If you want monthly scripts done for you, that's our monthly system. You can lock it in at $97 a month. You just click this button here for the Real Accelerator system. It shows what you're getting in that I just showed you. And then the licensing option. Remember I said this will be in the future for, we'll sell it for $2,000, a licensing deal. But those people that are here, we have 12 licenses at this rate right here, $399 licensing option. And it's basically your ability to use this and use these scripts for your clients. Some people said, oh, I want to sell the Real Toolkit. Anyone who buys the licensing deal and buys the accelerator system monthly, we're allowing them to sell it as our JV partner. Let us know. You'll send us a support ticket or a support email. Just email us support@mbocollege.com. We'll get you the JV link. And that way we're all getting the latest, the newest. We'll deliver the system for them and you'll be our JV partner. So those are for people who do grab this licensing option. Think about it. You can sell this and within just 4 or 5 people, all of a sudden you've made your money back on the Real Toolkit when you sell. So say you sell 10 to your clients for them to do it. Yeah, you're done, right? You're done. So you've actually made money off the deal and you're creating videos. You're creating videos. So let's see. Oh, here we go. We've got some people in here. Let's go back into slideshow. So yeah, all you need to do is go to alicialittle.com/Coach Deb. Make sure you type in the coupon code VIP50. And then if you want the licensing deal or this accelerator system, just scroll over here. It's a little pop-up. Just click on here if you want the Real Accelerator system. That's a monthly program. And then here, if you want the licensing option to be able to use this for your clients. So those of you who are agencies or freelancers, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have to create scripts and templates for people. I can just get these, use them with my clients. You're able to do that with the licensing option. So go ahead and grab that. I'm going to go back in here to slideshow, teach you a few more things. But if you have any questions, let me know. Ken, pop in here or put that in our chat here and let me know, and I'll make sure we answer any questions. Let's just see here. Oh, someone was asking, I'm seeing a comment that you put here, Ken, about questions that posted or something about Instagram centric. No, so this works for YouTube, this works for TikTok, and for shorts and quite frankly, any video. We just like to use Reels because it's a Hollywood term. I worked with a lot of Hollywood films and projects, and Reels have been a term we've used forever in the traditional video production world. So I love that IG just said, we're just going to call it Reels. I have to say, Instagram is the biggest copycat in the world. When stories came out on Snapchat, they just copied it, added it. When TikToks came out, short form vertical video, Instagram just copied it, and instead of TikToks, they called them Reels. YouTube calls them Shorts. And again, in Hollywood, that's what they're called. Shorts are these very small short. So instead of like a full length feature film, 2 hours, a short was like 7 to 15 minutes. A short in YouTube is 58 seconds, if you remember from the beginning. 58 seconds, that's a big tip. If you weren't here for right at the kickoff, we started teaching Fast and Furious. You may want to watch the replay, but 58 seconds is what you want to keep your videos under, and then you can repurpose it on all 3 platforms. So use them on Instagram, use them on TikTok, use them on YouTube Shorts. And by the way, remember we talked about metricool.vip? That is where you upload it, and then it just does the work for you. And not just video. Metricool will get your post, your text-based, your square, everything, right? So use the AI tools in tandem. So that way, that way you'll know. Sorry, I'm looking at a question over here. That way you're doing work once and then repurposing forever. Another strategy we would do is once a month goes by, and then the second month, you know how I say, oh, now 2 or 3 videos? So we repurpose a video from last month that we did, say 60 days ago, and that's the second video that we post. So one is original, the second one is one we did 60 days ago. Nobody remembers. Remember, these are short form. Do you even remember a movie you watched like a month or 2 ago or a year ago? How many people watch a movie for the second time a year or 2 later because they're like, I know it was good, I just don't remember all the details, and we like a little bit of surprise. So that's what winds up happening. So this is one of my clients I've been working with, and I've been doing actual video production here in San Diego. He wound up getting locked. He locked my rate in, and I can't shake him to do in-person video because he's like, nope, I'm keeping my rate forever, and you're gonna work for me forever for as long as I'm in real estate. But he got his money back even in a one-on-one situation where he's paying high ticket. He had his best year yet. Why? What is he attributed to? You'll actually see the video review on that sales page. he says, hey, maybe it's me and my charm, something like that, but it's bringing Deb on to teach me how to do video to attract my ideal clients. And it's not the way they used to be. It's not formal, very stuffy videos. And again, again, those of you who say, oh, I want to do videos, but I don't want to show my face, you don't have to be like him. He's a personality. He's going to be working for people signing very expensive real estate deals. That's not necessarily you. So you don't have to show your face and everything. So we have a surprise. We're going to give you all 3 of the books. Don't go buying them on Amazon. Some of them are out of print. We'll get that included for you for anyone who upgrades to the accelerator system and gets monthly scripts. We're going to throw in all 3 of these books in digital format because, again, out of print, but we'll get you the digital. And some of them, we have new ones that we're going to update. So this is Mari Smith. We brought her in a studio, and she has a video on there if you want to watch it. And she talks about, you hire Deb to help you make more sales. So these videos aren't just like videos for video's sake. It's to teach you how to sell without being salesy. So we did an all-day live cast. She sold $1 million in that full, long live cast. So do I want you to get to this level? Yep. I want you to start with reels, go into longer form, and then eventually do some lives. And by the way, lives are the easiest. If you just go like 5 minutes on live, that's one of the secrets we've done in the labs. We're like, all right, everyone go live. We pause the recording in Zoom. We take out our audio and everyone goes live for like 5 minutes, talks about something. And what I love about it is you don't have to worry about post-production, editing. You don't watch these. You just post them, play, you connect with people, you take advantage of the mere exposure effect with these reels. Okay. I don't know if we're sold out yet, so I'm not looking at our sales, but if you grabbed it, congratulations. If you grab the Reel Toolkit, and then if you upgraded to the Reel Accelerator system, congratulations. I noticed PayPal was saying I got some notices here, so congratulations. Again, future of search has changed. You want to take advantage of this and do more videos. The future belongs to creators. It's no longer a matter of if you create them, it's a matter of how many can you produce and publish. We're giving you the first mover's advantage of telling you what to do, where to publish them, and we're even giving you the scripts and the hooks and the content. So you'll get that unfair advantage with me on your team. We'll do a Zoom. These are some of the people I've worked for. These are some of the comments. Let me see here. I'm just looking at some of the chat. And then any questions specifically, Ken, that people are like, oh, I'm stuck here, or what about this? And by the way, we're actually going to throw a course in here. So again, those of you who love surprises, you're actually going to get a course. You're going to get one of the recordings. We talked about the lab we did, the live lab. How many people want the recording of that lab? Anyone who upgrades to the accelerator system, we're going to give you a recording to one of the labs where we literally had people create a week's worth of content, a month's worth of content. One person was like, this is the first reel I've ever done. I just created one. And she was so excited that she got her one reel done because we walked her through how to do it. We walked her through the apps. So that's what I want for you. I want you to create more reels, and I want you to do this easier, faster with the AI apps. So just going to skip ahead to some of the other things I wanted to share with you. This is what some of the people are saying in case you're wondering about these systems here. Oh, and this is the Rapid Reels recording that we're going to share with you here. These are some of the feedback that they shared. This is another case study, someone that I worked with her, and her biggest comment, that was my biggest compliment, that with her comment about helping her feel less stressed and anxious. Because if you can get rid of the mental part in your head blocking you, you can get those videos done. And those of you who upgrade to the Reel Accelerator system, I'm going to invite you to a live with me so you can hop on, and maybe it is blasting through some of those fears, and we'll blast through them with you. Again, some of these things I think are on the site. If not, you get them here in this video. Scott Bell, he started doing videos one day and he hasn't stopped since. 5 years later, a video a day. Talk about mere exposure effect. He wound up landing high ticket client. Anyone know Jay Abraham? And he says it's very easy because he had videos that Jay was able to watch and hire him at a high ticket level because he had the videos done. It's like you don't have to have discovery calls with them when you're doing the videos. They watch it, they know your worth, they know the value you can provide, and then they hire you or they buy from you. Okay. So that's what we want for you. A lot of clients joke with me saying, well, I've got a face for radio. Don't worry, we're going to shift your personality, get you that unlimited confidence, and you'll either shine on camera like Trinidad did, or you'll use some of these apps to not use your face. So any fears left still? Let's blast through them. Grab the Real Cool Toolkit. Don't worry about having anything to say. You will have all of that done for you and the scripts. Trader Rob, he was like, I'm delegating this. I'm not showing my face. He's like, my VA is going to do this. At the end of the boot camp that he went through, he is like, not only am I doing videos, I'm a completely different person. So give yourself the advantage of actually going in there and doing some videos and showing your face. Just try once. Some you don't, but then try and see the results you get. That's a dare. That's a challenge. It's, Coach Deb saying, let me coach you. Let me stretch you. And by the way, I got to give a shout out to Lloyd. I think you were the first one who grabbed the Real Toolkit. Congratulations. Joseph Lennon, congratulations. You're in with the toolkit. And I noticed you got the upgrade. Ken's starting to pour some of these in here. Wonderful. Congratulations. Sandra, I believe you also got the toolkit, Real Accelerator. Linda, congrats, you upgraded to the Real Accelerator system. Congrats. As these are coming in, I want to congratulate, welcome you. You'll be getting an email to download the system immediately. If not, give it a minute. Maybe email is a little slow. If any of you don't get something via email with what to get, just email us at support@mbocollege.com. If Ken, you could put that in the chat so everyone has that, support@mbocollege.com. Otherwise, those of you who are grabbing it, we still have a few more spots to get on the live. Again, alicialittle.com/Coach Deb. Now, any of you who started with a fear of nothing to say, well, we've got content for you with the Real Toolkit. You not only have 30 pieces of hooks, you have the scripts themselves. We've never done this before, especially such a ridiculous deal. And those of you who think you don't have a story to tell, there's scripts in there to walk you through your own personal story, kind of like creating your own TEDx story. This is something that connects people more than anything. Those of you who are building a brand. So those of you who are trying to build a brand and do have your face, we'll walk you through that. That is one of the scripts that are in there. And those of you who have fear like, oh, I don't have a really big budget. I don't have thousands of dollars to waste on all of this stuff. We have tools and software that will introduce you to the equipment video that we show you. It's all less than $500 if you're going pro. Like this is at a pro level of doing like story-based, long-form video, less than $500. Those of you who have a mobile phone with a real either Samsung or an iPhone, either 10 plus version or above, you have every piece of video equipment that you need, especially if you're facing the light. Just find your light, face the light. You don't have to buy expensive video equipment. So if you don't have time, if you thought that stopped you in the past, well, now you've got all the time in the world, because with AI apps, it's a snap. You go in there, you record it. You saw Spark Camera app how to do this. Again, in our live tomorrow or within the next couple of days, depending on, we'll see what people's schedules are. Again, if you just grab the accelerator system, let me know if you want to be on that. Send us a email, support@mbocollege.com. Let us know your time zone. And if this is a good time to join us live, or maybe you're in others, I noticed there are people from different countries here. Welcome. Some of you are here in the middle of the night. My VA is here in the middle of the night, but we'll try to accommodate that. And then if you can't come live, we'll get that recording to you so you won't miss out. But you'll see how to do all of this stuff in a very short amount of time. In fact, my prediction is those of you who join and really committed to getting videos done, you'll have your first video done. If you've never done a video before, we'll blast through that fear on that live and get that done for you. And those of you who, oh man, you didn't do video in the past because you weren't tech savvy, this is funny. My first video that I actually showed my face was probably the 7th video when I first started my first YouTube channel years and years ago. Gosh, I'm thinking that's easily 10 years, maybe 15. And my first video that I did show my face, it was how to show how to MySpace, how a grandma can MySpace for fun and profit. She was a grandma. She wanted to use MySpace to get clients to grow her network marketing business. And I sat beside her, showed her how to do it. The video is so old. There's a little mini TV on my desk. It was when I had the Hawaii office and had a VCR contraption to put like, you know, a tape in, a VCR tape. I was like, wow, if that doesn't date that video. So I've been doing this for a long time and everything in these scripts. And again, I'm going to get you guys a course. I'm getting you a course. Yes, this is another surprise. I'm going to get you a course to make sure you know how to do videos fast, easy, and fun. And those of you who joined live on our Zoom, we're going to turn that into a course. Maybe we'll do one, maybe we'll do two. I just want to make sure you've got everything you need to create reels fast, easy, and fun. So if you're not tech savvy, we will make sure I work with you until you can get your first video done. If it takes 3 Zooms with the group, if it takes 2 Zooms, if it takes 5, we're going to do what it takes, right? Hopefully this gives you my commitment. Those of you who want to grab a screenshot, some people ask in the comment, Ken is asking, what were those tools that you use? This is a screenshot of the tools that we talked about in the past: Metrical, ClipScribe, Descript, and Repurpose also, repurpose.io. That is another way we've repurposed vertical videos. But Metrical does the same thing, and we started using metrical.vip. We stopped using Repurpose, but all your choice. Some of these, yes, are paid apps, but they are so inexpensive, so inexpensive. Like the Spark Camera app, that is a paid app you download, but it's $39 for the app. You keep it forever. I don't think that's a renewable. Maybe it's annual. Let's say it's annual, but let's just say $39 a year. You get your money back in the first video you produce because you'll spend that and more for a video editor, and you'll go back and forth and pay even more. So you get it in your first video with the Spark Camera app. So yes, some of these are a slight investment, but let's look at it this way. If you advertise and you do ads, or you do a Super Bowl commercial, right? Look at how people have had to do advertising in the past. They had to spend millions of dollars to be seen everywhere. You get to do this for free right with your phone. So, oh, and here you go. I promised those of you who stayed to the end, you get the playbook. Go ahead and scan this. You scan it, this will link you up to some special goodies, and you'll get the actual book. Yes, this puts you on my newsletter, but if you don't like the sharing trends and things that I share about AI, you can unsubscribe and just keep the book as my gift to you and keep the copy. I'm trying to get a control of my mouse here. Any other questions? Make sure I answered them, Ken. Otherwise, let me make sure I get you back to, oh yeah, this is the playbook, and then let me get you back to the Alicia Little site, and then we will wrap up for the day. So yes, this is the Monetize Reels playbook. Again, completely free for those of you who stayed to the end. Congratulations. I hope you're going to start doing Reels. Shoot a comment on my Instagram account, Coach Deb. I'm going to share these tools and more, how to use them, on my Instagram account. So those of you here for the free stuff, you get that. So again, let's go over here. This is the Reel Toolkit for just those of you who say, I just want a month's worth of scripts that I can create. Grab it. It's the best. It's the best price we've ever offered. And again, it's because we know Alicia and we love her, and we love her people and her students in the Learning Tube. But those of you who say, yeah, Deb, I'm all in. I'm committed to Reels. You've convinced me. I want the mere exposure effect. I want more clients than the competitors. I don't want clients stealing my stuff. Go and upgrade right here with, whoops, here you go. Just click on the, and then here, this is the Reel Accelerator system. Make sure this is clicked to lock in this. This used to be $200 a month. We're now offering it at a special deal. You lock it in. So later on, when we increase that to 200 and then 300 and add more stuff to this system, you will have this in for life as long as you are there. So that's the Reel Accelerator system. And you'll notice here, we have the lab recording. So we did a 3-hour lab with the Groove folks who grabbed one of my courses, and we did a lab. And this is a 3-hour recording that you get to listen, stop, pause, listen to on your own. And the playbook is there, the lab. You follow this, guaranteed, if you're committed to doing Reels, you'll have a week's worth of reels, especially if you're pausing us and then doing the reel, and then pausing us and then doing another reel. So this is a bonus. I don't know that I advertise this. I had a client like 20 years ago when I first started my coaching practice, and I had a course, and it was like this big $3,000 course, and we delivered it and had the big thud factor, and they had a binder. And she's like, wow, you always over deliver, Coach Deb, always under promise, always over deliver. And since she said that, I've had this commitment to make sure I'm always over delivering. So yeah, you'll see different surprises. Those of you who are in that monthly Reel Accelerator system, I believe Constance Hall just upgraded as well. Congratulations, Lloyd, Joseph, Sandra, Linda. Go ahead and make sure you put any names in here, just in the chat, Ken. That would be great. If I've missed your name, I apologize. I know some of the sales are coming in and then sending her emails. But congratulations, welcome. I'm excited to meet you. We'll get you a Zoom invite over the next few days. If it's not tomorrow, because some people I know have plans and they've gotten, it's Friday, so they're doing some fun stuff. We might just invite you for our call. Actually, we have a club call for our members paying $300 a month. Maybe we invite you to one of our club calls on Tuesday, also same time as today. So if you upgraded to the Reel Accelerator system, block off next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And then again, let us know and email us support@mbocollege.com and say, hey, I upgraded to the accelerator. Can I get on the club call? And that way we'll get you on a live Zoom and we'll meet with you and I'll answer any questions that you've got live. So I'll be able to see you this time. This time you just got to see my slides and you got to meet me, but now I want to meet you, especially if you just upgraded. And then those of you who have an agency or a freelancer and you want to get the licensing option, this is the one that you want to make sure this is checked to lock in the $399 price. That way when we increase it to $2,000, you will have been locked in for that. That way you can use this system, these scripts for your client. So go ahead and grab it. Let me go over here to, yes, I'll also share all these slides with you. Some of these are strategies. So those of you who upgraded, when we go on the Zoom, I'm going to go over some of these that we didn't get a chance. I could teach for hours on this, as you can tell. It's something I'm very excited about, but our time is up. So I'm very excited to meet you. Remember to grab a screenshot of this. This is my workflow. Make sure you get the playbook, get your camera out and scan this if you're here and you want the playbook that helps you get reels done and some of those templates. And let me see. And then here, those of you who are joining me, getting the Reel Toolkit, here you go, alicialittle.com/Coach Deb. Make sure you enter the code down here, VIP50, and it'll slash it to 194. This will go away. So if people are watching the recording, yeah, this will go away. I always hate to show this live. Sometimes I like to just say, go to the page and you'll see the surprise discount, but we're showing it to you here. And those of you who want the licensing deal, make sure you click that. But it has been a pure pleasure working with you. Oh, wait a minute, let me just see here. Here we go. Make sure I'm answering any question. I'm just looking in here. Oh, good. Thank you, Dadrian. Oh, good to see you here in chat. Alicia Little, he has, and then Ken has the text here. Again, alicialittle.com. It is in your chat /Coach Deb. And then make sure you enter, again, VIP50 in the coupon code and you get it at half off. So those of you who upgraded, we'll see you either tomorrow or next Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the live Zoom. I look forward to meeting you. And yeah, we are going to shut this down. Let me see, hang on. I'm going to minimize these screens over here. Thank you again for your time. Appreciate all of you. Aloha, good luck, happy reeling, and I will see you next time.